Hello, my dear pilgrim. So, welcome back. So, before we start, let's just take a deep breath in. Take a breath in with me. Inhale and exhale. There we go. All right, so let's drop in. So, summer has arrived with full force, and I think I'm not the only one. Well, summer here in South Africa. So, the heat is here and the air is buzzing. And every creature seems to have suddenly woken up from its slumber, right? So the crawling ones, the flying ones, even the mosquitoes. Yes, I've seen a few already. They are busy, and I think I just found five, like because we have mosquito nets, and I found five in our net this morning. So everyone's out and busy. Nature is live, active, and vibrant. So, of course, with all of this energy rising, the summer solstice is slowly around the corner and walking towards us. So, yeah, you can almost feel it like gathering the edges of the sky. And then this morning, as I just sat quietly, the image of the snake came through. So, as many of you know, the snake is a very powerful symbol in spiritual traditions, but also in the medical world, right? So many people are afraid of snakes, but for those who really listen and how can I say, feel it in a little bit more deeper, it carries a strong medicine. So it teaches us to transform, but also the wise old ones always knew when they saw snakes that there's transformation happening and shedding old skin, what we've outgrown, and how to step out of that tight, dry layer that no longer fits, or things that don't serve us anymore. So in the tantric teachings, the snake also represents the kundalini energy, that inner serpentine fire that rises when we allow ourselves to reach our highest potential, right? They always say the kundalini is rising, so it usually it's dormant there in the root chakra and the sacral chakra, right? And then it rises up through all the chakras until it reaches your crown. And that energy is alive in you. It's always been there, and you're just waiting for the right moment for you to activate it. So maybe this is that moment. Because you know, let's be honest. How long have you been carrying these stories that aren't even yours anymore? You know, how long have you been shrinking yourself to fit into the spaces, all those stories, the beliefs? Yes, how long have you been holding on to them, you know? And those beliefs, they just keep you in your box, you know, make you small, you're limited, stuck, and one becomes tired, right? But this season is asking you to shed that skin, to step out, to expand, get out of that box, and to choose renewal with conviction. And I know you've been, I mean, you're listening to this podcast, so you've been working at it, and you deserve the chance to celebrate this rebirth of shedding your skin, becoming new. So, but here's the thing though, that transformation isn't random, right? It needs intention. It needs awareness, and it needs for you to stay awake on your journey. So intentions are very important. There's the strategy or the plans that you have for moving forward. Why this transformation? What is this new person? The intentions of that. So, but when you don't check in with yourself, and you're not being aware of what's going on, and you don't ask yourself or pause and ask, and I really mean this by pausing, because it's very important for us to just be still in the moment and keep track, where am I going? What am I wanting? What am I standing for? All those things, and where does it come from? Does it come from the brain? Does it come from the heart? All those things, you need quiet and stillness to be able to do that. Because it's easy to drift. It's easy to lose that focus. And it's easy to forget that power that's already in us, right? So, I think stillness is very important. Remember the heart warrior. So here again, it's not the warrior that goes on and fighting and being dictator. It's a heart warrior. It's that part of you that moves with clarity, balance, and not force, right? It's steadiness, not chaos, and with love and not ego. So that you do with stillness. A heart warrior doesn't storm blindly. You need your intentions, your strategy, your plans. A heart warrior listens. It feels and it acts with intention. So if you're feeling called to this, take the time and to sit with yourself. And this is a practice that is every day, and it's growing. It takes time. It's not going to happen overnight. It really, really takes time. It takes years. It might take lifetimes. But if you don't start now, when are you going to start? So this is all just understanding where you are at the moment, where you're on your path, what are you shedding, and what are you stepping into. And this inner clarity is what really holds you steady when life really gets loud and challenging. You need this constant, the grounding, your anchor. And I know you've heard me say this before, or not, but I mean, you can attend every retreat, you can read every book, collect all the teachings and do your research. But if you don't embody the knowledge, it cannot become the wisdom, right? You can't. Knowledge is knowledge, but to find the real truth, you need that awareness and you need that stillness. So you can really get to know yourself, get to know your truth. So speaking of embodiment, yes, I've just said when you attend retreats and all of that, but it's what you do with that really matters. So speaking of retreats, this is just a gentle reminder of the solstice weekend that I'm holding here in McGregor. So, and this is not a formal retreat. This is actually separate offerings that you can either attend individually or you can attend them, all of them. So just to give you a bit of a reminder of what the flow is like for the weekend. So the Friday evening, we're going to do a yoga nidra. Yoga nidra is it's a meditation, lying down, but it's more of awareness kind of meditation. So we begin by settling the body, relaxing, grounding the mind, and having an intention. Start working on our intentions. And then the Saturday morning, we'll have a slow flow yoga with sound, just to get the physical also going. Saturday afternoon, late afternoon and evening, we will have a heart-opening journey with cacao and deepening our intentions. And Sunday morning. Okay, so that might go a little bit later into the Saturday evening. And Sunday morning, we'll wake up nice and early. We do a nature walk, guided silent walking in the nature. And then after that, we'll have a sound bath just to integrate all these energies that you've received on your walk. And then late Sunday afternoon, we're going to have a shared meal and then also a burning ritual where we will, how can I say, writing our intentions. What are we ready to let go? And we're going to burn that. And with a burning ritual, we're going to have a bit of a chanting circle also. Releasing what no longer belongs, stepping into your true self for the next cycle. And we do that in community with mantra and connection. And I just forgot. I think that Saturday afternoon we're going to have a lunch, a nice nurturing lunch, vegetarian obviously. So you can attend, like I said, individually and invest in them individually, but as I've structured it in such a way that attending all of them, you will have a full experience of, have a full experience. And I know that when you have this full immersion, that is truly where the transformation can happen. Because if you just do them individually, you're going to go back into your old ways, but staying in that weekend, in that little bubble, it's going to have its own benefits and effects. So for the investment for the full weekend is $850, but that's excluding your accommodation, right? So I would actually just strongly encourage you that if you are intending to attend these events or these offerings, accommodation, it's peak time, so I would really recommend and encourage you to do research for accommodation as soon as you can. So, but with saying that, don't worry. If you can't make this one, I've got a few ideas that are brewing for next year. Really beautiful things. So just keep watching this space. And so my dear pilgrim, as the solstice approaches, may you remember your own power and may you shed with courage, may you walk forward with clarity, balance, and may this season bring you back to your own home, to your truth again and again. So until next time, go gently, bravely, and keep listening to the wisdom rising within you. Have a beautiful day.